and welcome to this tutorial. The set of standards that you must show evidence for were introduced in 2012. There was a reduction in the number of standards from previous years, but not in the scope of the standards. It has been suggested that teaching standards were too prescriptive and sometimes too minute in what they focused on, so the current ones are a little more encompassing and general. This is important to know when you are considering what evidence to put forward, because it gives you the flexibility to choose the best piece of evidence available and use the same evidence for different standards and subsections. The key is explaining why you chose the evidence and why it fits the standard. Previously, assessors complained that people would submit far too much evidence to try and prove one little piece or aspect of the standards. Now it is possible to have far less physical evidence that is much better focused. So, together, during this course, we will focus on your best pieces of evidence. And not every bit of evidence you can find simply to tick a box. Quality is all important. The teaching standards are agreed on by the DFE and designed to be the bedrock for outstanding teaching practice. So, much of the evidence that you need to provide should be basics that you will be collecting anyway. For example, lesson planning, progress reports, evaluations on lessons, feedback to and from students and parents, lesson observations through school quality assurance or inspections, and target achievements on your own appraisal, together with any CPD that you attend and ultimately share or use. These things will keep appearing on lists as to what evidence to show and can be used to cover many of the standards. All you will need to do is give a commentary so the assessor understands the link to a particular standard. So you will find that as you progress through this course, you are repeating the same cycle in what you are doing and what evidence you are producing. However, you will be progressing and improving your own practices to ensure all the standards are met. So you will begin to notice that your planning, practices, and feedback get better. Therefore, don't be afraid to resubmit evidence if you think you are improving in a given area. This process is not a race. As mentioned earlier, quality is key, and we want your best evidence. Teaching is focused on a lot of different aspects. Most can be under the heading ability to teach, such as how you manage your lesson, how you engage your students, etc. Your ability is going to be assessed in the way you manage relationships, your subject knowledge, your own professional values, and your wider school contribution. For each of these examples, you will be asking yourself, what proof do I have? It might be specialist knowledge from your degree or continued professional development to show subject knowledge, or proof that you can manage a lesson well from observations of your lessons during a quality assurance exercise. So try to think about it in that context. Think of each of the standards as a question that you are trying to answer. You are proving different things or you are answering questions on different things. Simply, for each standard and subgroup, you have to think, how can I prove I achieve this to someone else? You should be aware that being a teacher is considered a professional occupation with a professional status. So just like we do with doctors and lawyers, etc., you are expected to be of the best character and trustworthy. The last section of the teacher standards is a reminder for us to uphold those values and to make sure that we serve our students and communities well and professionally. We will discuss how you can contribute to those professional values and think about your place as a professional, not only in your school, but also in the wider community. I'll see you in the next tutorial video.